Over the past few weeks, prices have been climbing higher. And Kim, do we still have the foot on the gas pedal?
Well, they backed off a little bit this week. You look at wheat prices, they're down about 15 cents. Still on a short run up pattern. On the long term, you got that downward pressure and that sideways pressure. Corn was down a nickel, that's just not much at all. Again, corn's got an up pattern going, or an uptrend. Soybeans down 20 cents. They've got a short-term uptrend going. All three of them were down. They're in the short run still going up, and I think in the midterm they're sideways patterns.
So what took the wind out of these sales?
I think this week we just didn't have the demand, that export demand that we'd had in the last few weeks to drive prices higher.
Now, speaking of exports, there's been some trade news that may impact agriculture.
Oh, on the TPP, President Trump took that off the table. Let's get up front. I'm not an expert on that agreement. I haven't read the whole thing. I did scan through it. I noted that there's 12 countries. You got Australia, Canada, Japan, Mexico, Brunei, Chile, Malaysia, New Zealand, Peru, Singapore, and Vietnam. Of those countries, 4 of them are important for wheat and corn. You've got Japan and Mexico. They're the number 1 and number 2 buyers of U.S. wheat and buyer of U.S. corn. Of course, Australia and Canada are competitors. The others are buyers of the product.
So who is buying U.S. wheat if it's not them?
Well, if you look at say the top 8 importers of U.S. wheat, of course, Japan and Mexico, around 100 million bushels each. Japan a little more than Mexico. You got Philippines coming in about 80 million bushels, Nigeria at 60, the Republic of Korea at 40 million bushels, Taiwan at 37, Indonesia 22. European Union, that was kind of a surprise to me, about 30 million bushels, and China, depending on the year, will buy anywhere from 10 to 30 million bushels.
Now, in the past, you've talked about Egypt, but you didn't say Egypt in that run.
Well, Egypt is the number 1 importer of wheat around the world. I think you look at Russia, Ukraine, they've pretty much taken over that market. They've got a logistics, shipping advantage. Plus, as we've talked about in the past, they're buying the market. They are the lowest price wheat. This week, Egypt tendered. They had 13 offers on the table from 13 different locations, including the U.S. Russia got that order. I think it was about $5.35 a bushel, and that's loaded on the vessel.
Now, is it a transportation issue, or is it a wheat quality issue?
I think it's more of a transportation and price issue than it is quality issue. There's been some comment about the quality of the Russian wheat. I've read where they're loading out 12 protein wheat. I don't have any indication that their quality is any less than ours.
So Oklahoma wheat producers still need to produce the best crop we can, and someone will buy it.
That's exactly correct. You got to have quality to sell in this market.
Okay, thank you much. Kim Anderson, grain marketing specialist here at Oklahoma State University.